This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay McLovin, along with Tony, Gonzo, and Big Glenn here on the afternoon show. If you like the Kai's content, please make sure you give us a subscribe button and also the likes. Those really do go along with helping our content out. And I got to tell you, fellas, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Any day where the Lakers get spanked so bad that Frankie doesn't want to come anywhere near the show. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But without further ado, how y'all guys doing? And Tony, you got the show.
I'm doing good, man. And I watched that game last night. That was silly.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty nice day out here in Indiana. About 55 degrees, sunny. Decent out.
Same here, Tony. I'm only like an hour away from you, though, but still same thing.
How you doing today, Chris?
Not too bad. Pretty nice day out for middle of November here in Indiana. So can't complain.
I think it's supposed to get up almost to 70. I think later in the weekend.
Nice this weekend.
Yeah, I seen it's supposed to be 6-7 this weekend. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, the day it's going to be 67. The day it's supposed to be 67. I'm going to Chicago, and it's going to be like 53. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so, you're old, Chris, and Gonzo and Glenn, when your wife comes home and she says, yeah, the kids are just talking a bunch of 6-7 today. And I'm like,
yeah,
what the hell is 6? What is that? What is that? And she's like, there's no meaning. You can just say it out there. It's a generalized term. And I'm like, man, I'm too old for this crap. Anyway, that's how you know you're old.
I'm too old for it too, but I'll throw the reference out when it calls for it.
All right, guys, let's jump into some Thursday night football real quick. I just seen where games between the Jets and New England, but I just seen where Stevenson, the running back, is out tonight for New England with a toe, so he's not playing. Chris, let's go to you. The Jets got any kind of chance tonight? I believe that game's at New England. I'd be a little bit give the Jets more of a chance if it was at New York, but Jets have won, I think, 2 in a row. If I'm not, I think they have won 2 in a row. So what do you think? What does the Jets put it this way? What do the Jets have to do to be in this game against New England, Chris? What's the game plan to try to win this game?
Their defense is going to have to keep playing their asses off, and then they're going to hope they can figure something out on the offensive side of the ball. That's what's been killing them, really. Their defense hasn't been bad, especially the last few weeks, but they struggle on offense. I mean, hell, their owner even said it'd be nice if we could just complete a pass. But they have been playing a little bit better. I think New England wins, especially being in New England. But I do think it's going to be a closer game than what people think. I actually like the Jets at the plus 12.5. I think this is going to be like probably a 7, maybe 10 point game at the most. I know you go by record. The records are opposite, but it's still a division game. And the Jets have been playing a little bit better here lately. So, and then now with New England going to be down the running back, but I think New England wins, but I think it's going to be closer than what a lot of people think.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I know I was watching McAfee, and some of the guys on there thought the score was going to be 37-0 New England. I guess that's possible if the Jets make mistakes and turn the ball over. But I think the key is the Jets got to play mistake-free football as far as not turn the ball over, and got to try to run the football, which is not easy. New England's pretty good against the run, and I don't mean they need to necessarily run for 150 yards, but they need to be 70, 80, get it up there, as close to 100 as they can, and control the football. And I think to win this game, like you said, their defense has got to play great. But I think the Jets are going to have to find a way to put 17, 20 points on the board to have a chance, and I don't know if they can. So,
I think they have to win the time of possession if they're going to have a chance to win this game. They got to win the time of possession, so their defense don't get tired being on the field all the time.
Yeah. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Vrabel has already come out and said expect a large helping dose of Travion Henderson. So I expect, and he's averaging around 5.5 yards per carry. So I expect to see a whole lot of Travion tonight. That's according to Vrabel. Yeah, I think Gonzo hit it on the nail on the head. And I kind of told you guys earlier, I feel like, the defense for New York has to show up because Cedric Wilson, or is it Cedric Wilson? I know Wilson is their lead wide receiver. He's out.
Yeah.
So he's out of the game. So you don't even have your number one wide receiver. So I expect,
it's Garrett Wilson.
There you go. I apologize. Garrett Wilson. Thank you. Look, man, I know the damn last names. Last name's Wilson. Wilson!
Who the hell Cedric? I went to school with a Cedric.
I know Cedric the Entertainer,
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you know me. Look, it's an inherited gift from my mother. We combine names, we rearrange names. That's what we do in the Inman household.
But Jay got half the name right. That's good for him. So
damn, I remember back in the day where if you were in baseball, that's batting 500. And if you're batting 500, that's pretty damn good. So let's just take it for what it's worth, man. Appreciate the help, though, Chris.
That means you're on steroids.
Well, that's true. That is true. No, seriously, look, Chris had he gave you the right game plan. They have got to chew up the clock with the run game. But on the flip side, they also have to be able to stop the run on defense. So they're going to need a helping dope of defense and a helping dose of the run game, because that passing game is going to be for crap. Now they're going to have to still pass the ball, but it's going to be a lot of clock eat up and a lot of defense. That's the key takeaway. And turnovers, limit the damn turnovers.
Yeah, most definitely. What do you think, Big Glenn?
I think this is going to be your typical divisional game, against divisional opponents, rivals, whatever you call them. I know Frankie probably doesn't see him as a rival, but we know he doesn't like the Jets. But that's beside the fact. I think the Jets going to need to have a perfect game on all three sides of the ball: special teams, defense, offense, and especially on defense, because if you want to be in the game against New England, you're going to have to score the football, and that means having the defense make stops on third down. So. But do the Jets get it done? I say probably not, but they're definitely going to cover the spread, that's for sure.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay, guys, let's move on from the Thursday night game. I've got college football preview coming up, but before we do that, let's talk a little bit of NFL MVP. A lot of people are talking. I know the odds came out here the other day, and the favorite last time I seen was Drake May. Also had Stafford up there, and also Jonathan Taylor. Just to look at the numbers a little bit, let's look at Drake May. Right now, he's at 2,555 yards. He's got 19 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. That's throwing the ball. He also has 270 yards rushing and 2 more TDs. So he's got 21 total TDs and with 7 games left. Now, to compare that to last year where Josh Allen won it, Josh Allen had 3,700, a little bit over 3,700 yards and 28 TDs passing. But he also, the big key here was he had 530 yards rushing and 12 TDs. So he had 40 total TDs and over 4,200 yards of total offense. So that's what the MVP had last year as a quarterback. And but now he's on pace because Allen would only have to have passing yards, average 160 yards a game in the next 7 games to reach as far as passing yards go. I don't know if I don't think he's going to be able to reach the rushing yards. And I don't know if he's going to be able to reach the total touchdowns. We'll see. But he's definitely on pace. Now, just to take a quick look at Stafford. Stafford's got 25 TDs right now, but only 22 interceptions. Not much to speak of running the ball. Maybe 20 yards running the ball, no TDs. He's not a runner. So that's what Stafford. So I think Stafford should be right up there. But looking at the running back, Jonathan Taylor, right now he's got 1,139 yards rushing, 15 TDs. He's got 260 yards receiving for 2 TDs. So total, he's got He's got 1,399 yards total and 17 TDs. 17 TDs. Now, to reach what Adrian Peterson did, he would have to average 137 yards a game rushing, and there's what Adrian Peterson did. Adrian Peterson had 2,097 yards rushing, but only had 12 TDs. 12 TDs. You look at Taylor, who's already got 17 TDs. Receiving wise, Peterson had 217 yards for one more TD. So 23-14 total yards for him and 13 TDs. Taylor's already over that on the TDs, and I think he gets close to Peterson. He may beat him on the rushing. I think he'll definitely beat him maybe on the total yards. So I can you can make a case for Taylor. The last time the running back won, it was 2012, and that was Adrian Peterson, and that was his numbers. So guys, what do you think? If you was voting, if you had a vote, who would you vote for the MVP? Jay, we'll go to you first because you're a little bit more impartial. Because me and Chris and Glenn are Colts fans, so we could be biased. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I would love to see Jonathan Taylor get it because I don't know if I've ever seen a running back get 300 or close to 300 all-purpose. Let's just be honest, 14 damn yards. I'm going to round up close to 300 all-purpose yards. I don't know if I've ever seen that in my lifetime, and that is an incredible feat. And I think it's worthy. I think that game alone is honestly worthy of it, just on that game, much less all the other games that he's done. But I also know that a lot of times it's going to be the quarterback getting it because of that position that they carry. So if Jonathan Taylor wasn't to be able to get it, then I would go to my second one and think I feel like Drake May should get it. And the only reason I say Drake May is because of what he's done with that team and where they've come from. You look at Stafford and all the experience that Stafford has and things like that out there in the Rams. And if you want to give it to him, I'm not going to fight you on it. He's a great candidate. But what Drake May means to that team and how far that team has come in just 1 year, and he's a huge part of that, is amazing. So I'd probably go Drake May. But honestly, I would love to see Jonathan Taylor get it. I just don't think that they're going to give it to a running back.
Yeah, I'll go next. I think Taylor's got a shot because if he does what I think he's going to do, of course, he got to stay healthy. But I think he's going to be really close to beating Peterson's number rushing. He's going to destroy him in touchdowns, and I think he's going to destroy him in receiving. So I think he's going to have a good. I think he's going to have a good shot. I think he's going to have a shot at it because I don't know that the quarterback numbers. Because if you look at Josh Allen, man, I don't know if any other quarterback's going to get 40 TDs. Now Stafford, I think, would have the better chance because he's got 25 already.
Right.
May could, May's got 19 right now, and he's got a couple rushing. He could, but I'm gonna go that Taylor's going to keep going like he is, and he's going to force him, and he's going to get it. But if not, it's a toss up right now because I agree with you about May. He's doing more with less. So even though I think Stafford overall numbers might end up being better than May, the fact that May's doing more with less, May could get it. But it's a very good 3-team race between them three right now. I hope that they don't give it to Allen or guy from Kansas City. Mahomes. I hope they don't that they go on a stretch and all of a sudden everybody jump in there and do that. But yeah, right now, my favorite, of course, I'm biased. I think it should be Jonathan Taylor. I think he's done enough. To me, if the season ended right now, I don't know how you wouldn't give it to Taylor. Right. I mean, if it ended right now.
Right.
But, again, I have some bias. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor is the MVP definitely right now. I think Taylor, if he keeps up what he's doing, should get it. I think one thing that worries me about him getting it was a running back hasn't got it since 2002 or something like that. Whenever Adrian Peterson got 2012.
2012. Yep.
But one thing that is helping Taylor is there's not a quarterback that's just like playing so great that is pulling away from everybody. So that does help Taylor because I mean, Taylor has a good shot at finishing the season with 25 plus touchdowns. I mean, if he does that and has close to 2,000 yards rushing, which I think he's going to. And then you add in his receiving, you add all purpose. I think he's going to end up passing Adrian Peterson's record. I really do. But yeah, if he does that, I think he's going to get it. And like I said, unless one of these quarterbacks just start pulling away. But if I was going to give it to a quarterback, it'd be Matt Stafford right now. I mean, the dude just playing crazy, 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yep.
He's playing some of his best football he's played ever in his career this year. So I would have him as second. Now the MVP odds to me are terrible. They have May and Stafford tied at plus 300 for the best odds to win it. Taylor at plus 500. Then they got Patrick Mahomes at plus 600.
Yeah.
And then they got Josh Allen right after Patrick Mahomes. And then they had somebody else, and then Sam Darnold. Like Sam Darnold should be higher up on the odds than what he is, in my opinion. But but I think Taylor's going to end up getting it this year. I think he's going to be the first non-quarterback to get it. Like I said, since 2012, because barring the injury, I don't see him slowing down much.
Mahomes even being up there in the top 5 is ridiculous. This team's 5-4.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean,
you ain't done shit.
He's deserved it many times. I'm not saying that, but this is not one of them. Big Glenn, your thoughts on the MVP?
Oh, absolutely. Somebody should definitely take his odds and just put his odds at like 0, because he ain't done shit this year in that way. But anyways, as far as Jonathan Taylor is concerned, he definitely will I think he will get past AP as far as the yardage and touchdowns. I do think that he will end up getting NFL MVP, and if it's not him, it will be Matt Stafford, because that just had a great year.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, guys, let's move on from the MVP talk and let's talk a little bit of college football. Let's preview the big games, some of the games this week. I've got 5 or 6 games down. Let's go to number 2 IU at Wisconsin. Chris, do you know the point spread on that one? Where Wisconsin's at?
Give me a second. I'm pulling it up.
It's probably over 35.
I don't think it's that much. I don't think it'll be that much. Wisconsin's the record's not real good, but they lost their. I don't know if he came back, but I know when they played Alabama, they didn't have their starting quarterback. I don't know if he came back or they've been playing with their backup, or I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not sure about that.
I use 29.5 point favorites.
Okay, so
Damn, I was close.
We went that far off. Yeah, I think one thing IU's got to watch out for, and I think the coach will have them ready, is when these other Big Ten teams are not having a good year, this is their opportunity. This is their bowl game that they're not going to have this year. We're going to play IU. We're at home. We got an opportunity to beat them. At least I think, is it at IU or Wisconsin?
No, it's at IU.
IU.
Okay, excuse me. It is at IU. So yeah, I think IU is going to pour it on. I think they're going to be ready. I don't know about their injuries. Last week they had 2 offensive linemen missing and their best wide receiver, who's one of the better ones in the country, missing. So I don't know where they are injury wise. So we'll see there. But I think IU wins big. I don't know if they cover the 29, but I do think IU still wins by at least 3 touchdowns. So Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going for covering it, the 29 points, I think Wisconsin will probably cover 29. But if you're talking about who's going to win it, it's going to be IU. I mean, Wisconsin's not going to be able to take on IU and come up with that W. It's just going to be too much for them. The only thing for IU is they just don't want to go in there and be complacent. Take them seriously, which I know they will. As long as they don't go in there and be complacent, they're going to be fine. But no, I fully expect IU to win that one easily.
Okay. And Chris?
Yeah, I think IU is going to win this. It wouldn't surprise me if they cover the spread, but I think they win by at least 3 scores. Being back at home, we've been on the road the last couple games, so being back at home, I think Cignetti's going to have the team ready to play, and I don't see us falling for like a trap game. So now Wisconsin did get I mean, they played one of their best games of the season last week, and pulled out upset.
Yeah.
Beat Washington, which was a big upset for them. So, I mean, they do got a little bit of momentum coming in, but other than that, Wisconsin has struggled to score points all season, and I don't see him scoring a lot of points against this IU defense.
Yeah, I think that's the key, like you said, because Wisconsin's got a decent defense.
I mean, even in the game they won last week, they only scored 13 points.
Yeah, their defense really stepped up.
They haven't scored, or they've only scored over 15 points in a game one time this season.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, I don't know a whole lot about their roster, but the quarterback's name is.
They've only scored over 15 points twice in the game Wisconsin has.
Okay.
Like if you look at Danny O'Neal, that's their quarterback. That dude only has 635 yards.
Yeah, and I don't think he's the starter either. I
don't think so either. That can't be their starter. That must be their backup guy.
Yeah. I think their starter got hurt like the second or third game. I think he got hurt right before the Alabama game.
Yeah, because even with 635 yards, he's got 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. I mean, he's kind of rough. He's a rough dude.
Yeah, no doubt. Big Glenn, your thoughts on the IU game?
Oh, they gonna cover that 29.5, and it's gonna look a lot like the Illinois game that we've seen this year. It's gonna be ugly, because I know Signetti found a lot of stuff that he didn't like in that Penn State game, and he's had them go to work all week long. But I'm not too worried about Wisconsin. I'm more worried about how Ohio State, but how Purdue plays Indiana next weekend. I'm more concerned about that game than this one. So,
and I was right the first time. Wisconsin has only scored more than 15 points one time this season.
One time,
and that was their first game this year, and that was against a MAC school in Miami of Ohio. They scored 7. They scored 17 points.
Then it will be like 77
points, the most they scored all year. And as good as this IU defense is, I don't see them being able to put up a lot of points against that defense.
Well,
they're going to be lucky. I'm going to say they'll be lucky to score 10 points.
Well, the big key is that they're trying to hold IU to under 17 points. That's going to be the big problem. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next game. This could be interesting. This team don't have a great record, but they've played some teams tough here recently, and that's South Carolina. They played Texas at number 3, Texas A&M. So South Carolina did everything they could and really outplayed Alabama, but ended up not winning the game because I got to watch most of that game. But I think A&M's got too much. I don't know what the point spread is. I think A&M wins at least by 2 scores. I'm going to say but even 2 touchdowns. So I think they're winning by 14 points at least. So I got Texas A&M. Jay, what do you think?
No, I'm right. Excuse me, I'm right there with you. I think Texas A&M is way too good to let that one go. The only way they would let that go is if somebody significantly either A, got injured, or B, if they just had a brain fart, which can happen. But no, I fully expect Texas A&M to continue their mission towards the national title. I really don't think they're not going to do it.
Okay, Chris?
Texas A&M is 18.5-point favorite at home. I think Texas A&M wins the game, but I like South Carolina to cover the spread. I would take South Carolina in 18.5. You're going to give me 18.5 points. I think it could be maybe a 2-score game, maybe like a 14-point win, but I don't think it's going to be more. I don't think it's going to be more than that. So I do think Texas A&M wins the game, but I do like South Carolina in the points.
Yeah, South Carolina's not a bad team. I mean, I know the record's not great, but they're a decent team.
I mean, they held out. I mean, they only lost by one possession to Alabama, so that's pretty good if you can hold Alabama, if you can get that close to Alabama. And that was again, I think the game was at A&M. I don't think that game was, so they had it at home. But yeah, that's the only close game they had. Everybody else was either 2 or 3 score differences.
Big Glenn, what do you think?
I think Texas A&M gets it done. I think they will cover. I do feel like South Carolina will probably get the game started a little bit close, but Texas A&M will like second quarter onward, will just put it to them, you know. So
All right, guys. Next up, number 10, Notre Dame at number 24, Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh's excited about this game. I know College Game Day for ESPN is going to be there in Pittsburgh. I just don't think Pittsburgh has enough. I think the key for Pittsburgh is to control the clock, be able to run the football, and try to keep the game close, and definitely the first half, and be in the game. They came at Notre Dame, get off to a quick start, and Pittsburgh definitely can't turn the ball over. But I think Notre Dame wins this game. I'm not huge on Notre Dame, but I do think they're better in Pittsburgh. So, Chris, your thoughts?
What the hell? Sorry about that.
Yeah, they have Notre Dame as a 12.5-point favorite on the road. I think Notre Dame wins the game. I do think it'll probably be a pretty close game. Maybe Notre Dame by maybe 10, if at the most. I would say Pittsburgh's going to be crazy with College Game Day going to be there, and Pat McAfee returning to Pittsburgh. So that game day is going to be crazy on Saturday morning.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Notre Dame's going to be a little too much for Pitt.
Yeah, I agree. The key for Pittsburgh, they got to shut down or control Notre Dame's running back. He's one of the best running backs in the country. So, but I don't know if they can slow him down or not. Big Glenn, your thoughts?
Notre Dame gets it done. For Pittsburgh, you know, I don't think they can keep up with the Notre Dame in that way.
Okay. And Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah, Pitt's going to be throwing their freshman quarterback against this Notre Dame team. And, you know, you got to think, and I know we've talked about this before with Notre Dame, that this is, and they say it's not a trap game, but, you know, you got to think they have to win. And I think they know that they have to win. If they lose this game, it's just done. It's done for them. Like this is, and if they want to have credibility or strengthening their candidacy for being in the playoffs, that this is a game that they can't just win. Like they have to really dominate this win and have a good, strong, impressive win to really show that they belong in the playoffs, given the way that they played over this season. So I expect them to come out and fight hard.
Yeah, the thing about that, Jay,
as long as they win this game, no matter if they win it by 1 point or 50, they're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. And the thing that's going to benefit Notre Dame,
if they win out, if they win out, they're going to be in the playoffs. No matter if they win their next 2-3 games by 1 point or by 50, they'll be in the playoffs.
I agree. Because why?
Yeah,
it's Notre Dame.
Yeah, and see, Tony, the thing about that is, and I wholeheartedly agree. I think what benefits Notre Dame in this situation, as far as the playoffs is concerned, it's just a simple fact that they lost both of those games early in the season.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Next,
that and they lost to the team that is number 3 in the country by turning the ball over when they're getting ready to kick a field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
So so I mean that you lose it. Everybody, some people say A&M should be the number 1 team in the country, which I don't agree with. But I mean.
Yeah.
If you're going to say Notre Dame isn't that good of a team, well, that's one of Texas A&M's best wins.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is against a Notre Dame team that people want to say shouldn't be in the playoffs. So okay, so how good is Texas A&M then? If Notre Dame isn't a very good team, so it's just
It's tough when teams don't play each other that much in conferences and stuff. It makes it tough to really, you don't know. You don't know how good some teams are. It's hard to say. Next up, guys, let's go to number 12, Oklahoma, at number 4, Alabama. Big game for Oklahoma, man. If they want to try to get into the tournament, it's a must-win for them. I think Alabama, I don't know what you guys think. Could Alabama lose and still make the playoffs? I think with the schedule they've played, I think they still would have a pretty decent shot if they lost one game out of their next 2 or 3, they would have a shot, but they definitely wouldn't be in the top 4 anymore for sure. I think Alabama wins. It's at home. I'd be a little more confident in Oklahoma if it was at Oklahoma, but I've got Alabama in this one. Jay, what do you think?
Oh yeah, no, I've got Alabama in this one too. I mean, like I said, Alabama's playing great, and even if they took the loss, I don't think that knocks them out of the playoffs. I think they're still going to be in the playoffs, but again, you know, I mean, Alabama and DeBoer. I mean, I think does A&M play Alabama before?
No.
They don't. They don't play them at all, do they?
No.
I'd love to see that type of matchup. But yeah,
if both of them went out,
they
would play each other. They'd play each other in the conference championship. Yeah.
I will go back to you on one though, Chris. First of all, I agree. I think Notre Dame is going to stay in there, whether they win by 1 point or whether they win by 50 or whatever, just on their name alone. I mean, we've already kind of talked about that in a previous show. But I have seen where Texas was won the game. I think it was Mississippi State we won, and it was a close game. It was an overtime game, I think, or right at the very end of the game. And they actually went back a spot. Yeah, you know, so I don't know, man. I mean, I agree. Notre Dame's going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
no
but was Mississippi State a ranked team?
And you can say that. No, they weren't. They weren't a ranked team. But again, I mean,
that's what I mean. If they beat Pittsburgh by 2 points, okay, but Pittsburgh's a ranked.
I get
team.
that. But I wonder if even if they beat it by 1, if they would go back one spot. If it was a close game like that by 1, like would they put them back a little bit because it wasn't a knockout or a block? Because look, they're playing a freshman quarterback. I mean, they should be able to beat this team handily.
Notre Dame's quarterback's a freshman.
Is he a freshman as well? I don't follow Notre Dame all that much. I look at their schedule, but I don't follow.
There's a lot of teams that are playing freshman quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think it would depend. Let's say Notre Dame wins by 1. I think it would depend what the teams behind them did. If the team behind them played, I mean, I don't know. I don't even remember who the couple teams right behind them are. But if they played a tough game and they beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns, then you could see maybe somebody jump them. So it just depends on what happens kind of behind them.
Right.
Well, perfect example. Let's say Notre Dame wins by 1, and let's say something crazy happens. Let's go to this game next, guys. Let's do this game. I think we're still on Oklahoma, Alabama. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's say the Texas upset Georgia by 10 points. So at Georgia, could Texas move ahead of? So probably not, since they've got 2 losses, but they could get close. But let's go back. We'll get to that. But let's go back to the Oklahoma, Alabama. I think Jay had went on that. Chris, had you went yet?
I do want to say one last thing on that real quick.
Okay.
On the Oklahoma game, if Oklahoma doesn't get this, which I don't expect. Look, after watching the Red River Shootout and watching Oklahoma in the Red River Shootout, I just kind of saw some weaknesses in that team that just didn't sit right with me. And the fact that Alabama is a very tough opponent. They're going to beat Oklahoma, and I think Oklahoma falls out of the playoffs. I think this is the game that just knocks their chances out the wine. And I think it's going to be interesting to see who takes their place, when they do get knocked out. But yeah.
Well, right now, they're number 12, but they're the first or second team out of the tournament right now. So,
right.
They're not in. This would now, if they was to beat Alabama at Alabama, that would definitely help their case.
Oh yeah, for sure,
big time,
for sure.
Big Glenn, Chris, you hadn't went yet, Chris.
I think Alabama wins the game. I don't remember what the spread was now. I think it's like 8 points or something like that. Oklahoma is a better team than what they looked like in that game against Texas. They rushed their quarterback back, and he shouldn't have been playing that game. If you've watched him since then, they've played better, and they played a lot better before that. That quarterback was having a Heisman. He was the early Heisman favorite before he got hurt, and then it took him after he got hurt. His hand he had that surgery. It took him a couple games after he came back before he's gotten back in rhythm. But I don't think the defense is going to be able to slow Alabama's offense down enough, even though Oklahoma does have a good defense. But I think, me personally, I think Alabama's a top 3 team in the country. I think Alabama's better than Texas A&M. But that's me personally. So, I think Alabama wins this game.
6.5 though, Chris. That's what the spread's at.
Yeah, it's 5.5 on FanDuel.
Okay.
Big Lynn, your
5.5. That's never a good thing when it's 5.5, though, is it, Chris? From a betting perspective,
Depends on who you like. Depends on
Yeah.
who you like. If you like Alabama, yeah, because you're under the 6. It's less. It's less points you have to have. But if you're on Oklahoma, you would rather have 6.
6.5.
You have a better chance for a push that way.
right?
Yeah.
Big Glenn, what do you think on this?
I think Alabama gets it done. I think the only way that Oklahoma could win this game if this was the 1980s and Barry Spitzer was the coach and Brian Boswell on the defensive side of the ball, So no, I don't think Oklahoma gets it done.
Hey guys, next game up is UCF at number 8, Texas Tech. UCF's a dangerous team, but being at Texas Tech, I believe the game's at Texas Tech. I think that's right. I think Texas Tech has got too much defense for UCF. They got a pretty good offense. I think Texas Tech wins this game by, I'm going to say more than a touchdown. That's my opinion. Chris, what do you think?
I think Texas Tech wins this game as well. Texas Tech has been playing some impressive football here lately. So, I just don't think, like you said, UCF's a good team, but I don't think they're going to have enough to keep up with Texas Tech.
Yeah. And Big Lynn.
I think Texas Tech is his own. UCF they're good, but they're just consistent enough just yet.
Okay. And Jay.
Yeah, I really number one, the spread on that game is crazy. It's 24.5 in favor of Texas Tech. I like that guy on the defensive side for Texas Tech, Bailey. He's got 11.5 sacks on the season. Just an incredible linebacker. And I think the defense of Texas Tech is really what's going to be the difference in this game. And I'm wondering if UCF can get over that. So I'm going to go with Texas Tech on that one to get the win. But I do think that UCF could probably cover it though at 24, or could get the win on the spread if you're betting it.
Yeah. Okay, next game up. This should be a good one, guys. Number 20. Iowa. I did think they dropped though. I made this list a couple days ago before the thing came out. I think they're 21 now, and against number 19 USC, which you said USC may have dropped. I don't remember for sure. I think they're still ranked. But you guys' thoughts on this game, Chris? What do you think? Iowa at USC.
By the rankings on FanDuel, which they're probably going by the AP rankings. I'm assuming. Iowa's 21 and USC is 17.
Okay.
Yeah. USC's a 6.5 point favorite at home. I like Iowa to win this game. I think Iowa's defense is going to be able to really slow down that USC offense, and I think Iowa's going to turn this into a physical, ugly game. And I think Iowa wins the game, but I definitely like Iowa on the spread at the plus 6.5 because I see this game. I see this game coming down to a field goal.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I'm going back and forth. I've watched USC play a few times. I've seen Iowa whole games a couple of times. I like Iowa again. It's hard for them to score enough offense. If they could average 20, 21 points a game, they could be a top 3 team in the country, baby. That's how good their defense can be. Even though the defense give up a lot of running yards last week against Oregon, so they got to do better against USC. They got to slow USC's offense. Yeah, that's the thing. They give up all those yards running, but only give up 15 points. You're correct. I'm going to go with Chris. I'm going to go with Iowa to get this win on USC. I think USC is building a team in the right direction, but I think Iowa's more physical. So I'd be more confident if it was at Iowa because I think Iowa was a better team at home. They're one of those teams that home field advantage definitely helps them. But I'm going to go with Iowa in an upset. I guess a slight upset against USC. Jay?
Yeah, considering that Iowa just came off that hard loss to Oregon, which they almost won. They only lost that game by 2 points. You're right. Iowa has the number 4 ranked defense in FBS, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, USC has like either first or second best offense in the FBS. So, and you got one of the best offenses in the league going against one of the best defenses in the league. Just the way that Iowa took that loss to Oregon and how close that game was. And like you said, the physicality of that defense and the fact that I do believe that defense wins championships. I'm gonna roll with Iowa on that, and I think they get the win.
Okay. Big Glenn?
You know one thing about this game? It's gonna be silly, but it's gonna be simple. Judge, get the Modeos ready, because the USC is gonna lose this game.
Keep the Modelos ready. Okay.
Yep.
We got a couple more games here, guys. We got Florida, team that's been up and down definitely this year, against number 6, Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss. I think Florida might give them a decent game, but I think Ole Miss has got too much for Florida right now, so I'll go with Ole Miss. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I still have nightmares of Florida versus Texas, so I can't stand Florida for obvious reasons. But no,
Yeah,
I think you said what?
I said, yeah, I bet you do.
Man, that was just a rough loss for us to take. But it is what it is. I'm going to roll with Ole Miss on this. I think they're going to make a strong push in the playoffs. I think they're going to be. I really do think they'll be in the playoffs, and they're going to make a strong push. I'm going to roll with Ole Miss on, and Lane Kiffin gets it done in Florida.
Okay, Big Glenn.
Ole Miss definitely gets it done. Lane Kiffin's really come to his own over the last several years and stuff. And that I've seen that documentary on ESPN. Yeah, that tells you how far he's come since his days at the Oakland Raiders HC. So,
Chris, what do you think about the Florida Ole Miss game?
Yeah, I like Ole Miss in this game. Ole Miss is a team I think is a little bit underrated. I didn't think that Texas Tech should have moved up in front of them in the playoff standings or rankings last week. But yeah, I think Ole Miss gets it done. I was trying to find the spread on the game, but
hey, while he's looking for the spread real quick, I do think it's the
14.5-point favorites.
Okay. Hey, I thought it was interesting that I saw an interesting stat here. The Gators have lost 19 straight road or neutral site games against ranked opponents, going back to its last win in Jacksonville over Georgia, and that was in 2020.
Okay.
So history is not on their side.
Yeah. Going about Ole Miss, Chris, I mean, when Ole Miss played Georgia, and that's their only loss, they fell apart. If they win that game and beat Georgia and are still undefeated, you could make an argument that they could be probably top 3 in the country. I would put them, if they would have beat Georgia.
I think Ole Miss is just as good, if not better, than Texas A&M.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. If Ole Miss would have won that game, Ole Miss would be ahead of Texas A&M right now, because that's a lot better win than any win Texas A&M's got. If they would, and of course they didn't, but they were up. They were up by quite a bit in the fourth quarter and fell apart. I mean, just fell apart. Collapsed. So Ole Miss is a good team. Let's go to our last game. Then we're going to go over number 11 at Texas, at number 5 Georgia. Jay, how you feeling about this Texas Georgia game?
Oh man, I'm gonna have my puke bag ready in case it goes south on me. How do I feel about it? I mean, I'm nervous about it. Georgia is a great team. They're a good team. That they're there. They're there in the top 5 or 6 for a reason. Kirby Smart and company is really good at what he does, and he is regardless of whether they lost Beck or not, they have always managed to keep that team relevant and keep that team strong. Just like DeBoer is doing for Alabama and John Day is doing for Ohio. I mean, he just keeps them strong. Now Signetti's really done good. So I mean, you got a lot of great coaches out there, but.
When John Day start coach of the Ohio State football?
I said John Day. John Day.
Okay, when John Day start coach of Ohio State football?
It's Ryan Day.
John Day. What happened? Ryan Day. Hey, I told you I'm bad 500. Shut up over there. Damn.
Yeah, Ryan Day today.
You know what, man? I'm gonna come to your house tomorrow and I'm gonna take a poo on your porch.
It's not your day today.
Not my day. No. But no, in all seriousness, though, this is going to be a huge test for Arch. I mean, this is going to be the biggest test outside of the Ohio State game. This is kind of a redemption game for Arch. You know, he didn't do well in Ohio. That was his debut in Ohio, which was really hard for him. And that's been hard for anybody, honestly, especially that day. I'm just gonna say day. It's really good. It's really good on defense. He's an amazing defensive coach, and that's a hard thing to go up against. So this is going to be his next opportunity for Arch to get credibility on his name and show why he is worth all that damn money and all that damn hype that they've given him. This is his next opportunity, and if he wants to silence the critics, then he needs to go out there and perform and do like he did against Vandy. He needs to have a Vanderbilt type game against Georgia.
Well,
I don't know.
What day is today?
The 13th. Oh, shut your pie hole. It's not Friday yet, so we're good. The 13th on a Thursday.
Okay.
You can't say Thursday the 13th. It doesn't work that way, Glenn. Calm yourself.
Yes.
But I tell you what does worry me. Two things worry me. One, or actually three things. One is Arch. Can he live up to the Vanderbilt game against a team like Georgia? That's number one. Number two, that defense. Can that defense show up and play well? Because that's been another sore spot. And number three is play calling. Can Sarkisian call the right damn plays against a Georgia Kirby Smart-led team? Those are my three issues that I worry about most with Texas going up against Georgia. And I guess we're going to find out how they do.
Jay, I kind of agree with you, except I don't completely agree with you on Archie. I think Archie's been playing well. I think he's finding himself. I think he's at the right level now. But I don't know if I have as much faith. I've got more faith in Archie than I do the offensive line and the defense.
That's a good point.
That's my opinion. But I think Texas is going to be ready for this game. It's going to be not going to be an easy game. I'm not going to say they're going to win. It's at Georgia. I'd feel more comfortable if it was at Texas, but being at Georgia, it's going to be tough. For one thing, they can't turn the ball over, and they need to find a way to run the football a little bit better. They have trouble running, and that would take a little pressure off of Archie to not to try to complete every pass. Georgia they got a decent defense. I don't think their defense is as good as it's been in the past because I've seen what Mississippi did with them. I've seen what Alabama did with them because they can give up points. So I think Texas has got a chance to score with them, but I just don't know if Texas can score enough points themselves. So that's going to be the key. I think that if the offensive line plays well and the defense can step up and play decent, I think Texas is going to have to score over 25 points to win this game. I think,
and that's a key though, right? You said the offensive line because that's really going to be huge for Wisner. Can they get the run game going to open up the passing game for Arch? I mean, that's it. And again, like you said, it all goes back to that offensive line. You're right.
Yeah, control the clock and keep Georgia off the field a little bit. Yeah. So, Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, Georgia's 5.5 point favorites at home. Or 6.5 point favorites home. My bad. 6.5 point favorites at home. I think Georgia wins this game. I think Texas is too soft to go to Georgia and be able to compete with the Georgia Bulldogs. Texas is just too soft. So I like Georgia.
Okay.
No, really, I do think Georgia wins the game. I do really think Georgia wins the game. I was just fucking with James by saying Texas was soft. No, I think Georgia wins, and the main reason I'm going Georgia over Texas in this game is because the quarterback position, just the experience that Gunnar Stockton has because he's got to play something over the last year, and he has more experience, especially in big games like this, and I think that's going to pay off for Georgia. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Georgia pulls off in the end. And I think a big reason is going to be because of Gunnar Stockton.
I think I agree with what you're saying there. I got to go with Georgia too, but I think the key for Texas to have a chance and to win. I would not be shocked if Texas wins this game. I wouldn't
Well, they're
consider it a big
capable of
upset.
winning the game. Yeah, I think it's going to be a
they're
really good
definitely.
game.
I think you'd have to say maybe it's an upset, but I wouldn't say it's a huge upset. I think Texas has the team that can do it, but I think the key of the game is the offensive line, as much as anything. I really do. Big Glenn?
Yeah, Georgia has got as much as a chance as Texas does. Especially when it comes to the Bulldog, the Georgia Bulldog trying to get at Beverly's ankles in that way. So, but I think if Texas wants to win this game, and be in the playoffs, they're going to have to win this game. However, I don't think that they will. So give me Georgia.
Okay, guys, that's all I have. You guys got anything before we get out of here?
Hold on, what?
You collecting yourself there, Jay?
I spelled douche.
Douche.
I even had to throw in that Southern accent too on that one. So
hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, we're waiting, Jay. Damn. You can't even spell that. Well,
Hey Jay, how do you spell Texas?
FUCKYOU.
SAWFT. Saul.
So you should have did it.
Hey, listen. But you know what? Like
SHAFT.
Hold on.
Or
Hold on. But at least we're 3-ply soft. Indiana's 1-ply soft. So if I'm Charmin, you're Kroger brand. I'm just saying, Kroger brand, baby. I'm not really teasing. You know what? I have nothing else left to say other than one thing. Just one thing. Again, make sure if you like today's comments, and more importantly, if you think Chris and Big Glenn are douchebags, please give us a subscribe at Gonzo Sports Room and also Elite Sports and Entertainment Network, and leave us a comment there after you subscribe and give us your thoughts.
Yeah, let's get those numbers up, guys.
I think we should. I think we should change the name of the show from Afternoon Show to the Douchebag Show.
Well, I tell you what, don't tempt me because I've already told Logan about that, and I got slapped in the face. So yeah. I don't know if that's gonna work.
He slapped me with the Canada. Oh, what the hell, Chris? What the hell you doing, man?
I just saw that. I knew it. I freaking knew it, man. He's a Patriots fan. Go Patriots for Thursday Night Football per Conzo.
Yep, there you go.
I know Patriot fan.
Hey, you know what? I know you can't say it now because you done put it up. It's always those things, what does that say? Snitches get stitched. It's always that one little slip up that gets you. It's always
I say Frankie was in here jacking around before we got started, and this changed the avatar selection to Patriot logo.
That's quite possible.
All right, folks, man. Again, if you liked our show, don't forget to give us that subscribe button. We do appreciate when you guys subscribe to our content. It does mean a lot from us. And on behalf of Gonzo, Glenn, and Tony, and myself, Jay McLovin, y'all have a good rest of your afternoon. And we are out of here.